In bedroom, a girl was seen sitting in bridal attire. She was looking like angel with jewelry and wedding ring around her ring finger. Her face is shown and revealed as you. You seems to be happy and nervous. You are waiting for your husband to come. It was in love marriage for him, but for you it is. Yeah, you love him and decide to confess him today. You still remember the day you saw him in your village. Flashback in village. He came to visit village with his family and you saw him and could not help but fall for him. You used to live in village with your dad. Your dad is well known person in village. He and Mr. Kim were best friends, but Mr. Kim and his family shifted to city after settling their business. But their friendship never broke. They come once or twice in a year. But only Mr. Kim and Mrs. Kim and Mr. Kim brother and his wife, but their children never come. They knows you and love you a lot. You was simple and traditional girl. You always lived in village since your birth. Your mom died at very young age. Since then you have no one except your dad. Mr. and Mrs. Kim likes you a lot and Mr. Kim's brother and wife also likes you as daughter. You also love them. You was waiting for them. But you were surprised when you saw whole family. You took blessing from elders. Then you saw him coming out of his car and fall for him that instant. He was talking to someone on phone happily and you couldn't help yourself from staring him. Use home living room. As the days passed, you fall more and more for him. Automatically, a blush formed on your cheeks whenever you saw him. Their villa was few minutes away from your house. You used to go to meet them as they were here for 1 week. Your dad was ill nowadays, so they also came to see him. Mr. Kim met Ustad. He told Ustad to come to city with them and get treated. Ustad says he had already get checked by doctor and his treatment is going on. And then he entered with his sister and his brother Sohan. And it is first time he talked to you saying simple hi, which you replied. And he smiled. Then he got call and he goes, you also go from there. Whole day Kim family spend in your house. You make food for them for which Mrs. Kim and Suhan's mom appreciate a lot. Mr. Kim and Suhan's dad also liked it. After that Kim family went to villa. You gave medicine to your dad and goes to your room to sleep. It was midnight when you hear your dad. You immediately rushed to next room, which was your dad's room. Used dad's room. He was holding his heart and breathing heavily. You got shocked to see this. You immediately rushed to him. You gave him his medicine, but his condition was not getting better. You was crying to see his condition. You immediately called Mr. Kim and he came along with Mrs. Kim and his brother. But when he reached, your dad was already dead and you was crying holding him. Telling him to wake up, Mrs. Kim couldn't see this and hugged you. Mr. Kim and his brother were very sad for his friend and you. Next morning, you was lifelessly sitting near your father dead body. Taehyung sees you and felt bad for you. Last rites were done. Everyone consoled you, but you was blank. Time skips 2 weeks later. You's condition get better. You try to handle yourself without your dad. You try to accept the situation. Try to strong cause now you have to handle everything alone. It was morning. You did your prayer and then Mr. and Mrs. Kim came. Kim family decided to live here for few more days. You took their blessings. Mrs. Kim sit beside you and ask you to come with them to city. You get shocked, but you denied with respect that you can't go like this. It will be like disrespecting your dad, for which right you should live with them. You requested them not to force you. You will live here happily with your father's memory. Mr. Kim, by the right of daughter-in-law. Was again shocked with this. She looked at Mrs. Kim, who was smiling at you and assumed. You try to say something, but Mrs. Kim says she will be glad to get a daughter like you. Suhan's mom has a daughter, but she don't have. She want you as a young wife. You hugged her, and tear escaped from your eyes. Next day, after that day, you thought to talk to Taehyung once but could never got time and it was village so bride and groom was strictly prohibited to meet before marriage and also you thought if Taehyung want to marry he will definitely tell him but nothing like this happened so you thought he also agreed. Time skips marriage day. Finally, it was marriage day. Small function was held. Taeyang was standing in front of priest with a blank expression which made you confused, but you thought to leave it. After marriage, you gave last look to your house and then left to city with the Kim family. You was welcomed in Kim mansion. You look at mansion which was grand and beautiful. After rituals, you was dropped to your room and now was waiting for Taeyang. Flashback ends. Present. Taeyang signed your room. It was 3 a.m. You open your eyes as you fell asleep in sitting position only. You seized the time and got worried for Taeyang. You got up from bed and moved towards balcony. You didn't find his car in parking and got more restless. You didn't know what to do. Then you thought to go and ask someone. Maybe someone knew. You come out of room, you didn't know anyone room, so you move in corridor and then find Suhan room. You knock on the door. Suhan, who was sleeping, get irritated. He turned other side. You again knock and call him. You, Suhan, Suhan. Suhan finally get up totally irritated due to continuous knocking. He opened the door and sees you. Suhan, what happened to you? Why are you disturbing me? You felt weird as he was rude. You, I am sorry, Suhan. Actually, Taeyang didn't came till now. Do you know where he is? I am worried. Suhan, oh God, for this you wake me up. You don't need to worry, okay? Wherever he is, he must be feeling better. Let him be in peace, huh? You, what? Suhan realized, I mean, he is busy in office work. He will be back in morning. Don't worry, you go. He closed the door at your face before you could ask anything and go to sleep. You didn't felt bad by Suhan word and behavior, but felt bad about Taeyang will not come. Taehyung and Yu's room. You also go to your room and sit on sofa looking outside nearby window. You eyes filled but you wipe it. You know you why you are you crying? Suhan told right. Taehyung is busy in some work. He must have some important work. Let him come tomorrow. Then I will talk. You compose yourself and sleep on sofa only. Time skips 2 hours later. You woke up your habitual of getting early. It was 5 a.m. You see yourself still in wedding dress. You thought to get ready. You see your bag and put it on bed. You thought to unpack it and settle your things in one side of cupboard. You moved towards cupboard and tried to open it, but it didn't. You again tried, but again it did not open. Then you got that it is locked. You why it is locked. Anyway, when Taeyang will come, I will ask him to open. You took your clothes and go to washroom. After some time, you come out in very beautiful green and grey combination dress, which was simple but beautifully designed. You dried your hair and applied kajal and very light lipstick. Other than that, nothing else you do for your makeup. But still, you look so angelic and divine. Downstairs, you went downstairs looking here and there as you knows nothing about this house and no one was awake. Then one maid saw you. Maid, hello ma'am. You woke up so early. Yeah, I am happy to get up early. Can you please tell me where is the house temple? I want to pray. Maid, sure ma'am, this way. House temple. She showed you temple and you thanked her. You clean the temple and then do prayer. You sing God song. Everyone get up and get mesmerized with your voice except for Suhan who was seated. All came to temple. Even servant also listened you. After singing, you did prayer and then turned around to find everyone standing. You sorry, I woke up you all. Mrs. Kim, you what are you talking? You sang very beautiful. In fact, I want to say you should sing regularly, okay? Suhan mom, you also sing very beautiful like me. Suhan dad coughed. Suhan mom glared, but he ignored and bless you. Mr. Kim also blessed you. You give pressure to everyone. Then only Taeyang came back. Suhan mom sees him and called him. Suhan mom, Taeyang, everyone turned around also see him. Mr. Kim, Taeyang, from where you are coming now? Taeyang, I was in office dad. I had important work. Mrs. Kim, that means you didn't came back last night. Taeyang, no mom, it was important. Mrs. Kim, you left you at her wedding night and you are saying important work. What important work you had, huh? Mr. Kim, answer it, Taeyang. Taeyang didn't reply, he just chose to silent. Mrs. Kim, you could have at least informed us. Taeyang, sorry mom. Mrs. Kim, no Taeyang, you did wrong. You, mom, let it be. He must have important work, or else why would he do that? Mrs. Kim, but mom, let it be, please. Mrs. Kim nods. Thanks, mom. And then he goes to his room to freshen up. Mrs. Kim sees you, who was little sad, but you hide it with smile. Mrs. Kim tell you about her first day. Cooking, you get happy. In kitchen, you went to kitchen and made sweet dish for everyone. Even you made everyone's favorite food, asking from cook. Mrs. Kim and Sue and mom come to kitchen to help you, but you had already done everything by yourself. Mrs. Kim, you have done everything. Okay, we will arrange the table. Shona, I will also help you, mom. I'll arrange the table. Dining room. Everyone settled. You served them. You was going to serve sweet to Taeyang, but he didn't. Taeyang, let it be. I don't want it. I don't like sweet dish. Saying this, he took a toast in his plate. You feels bad. Suhan mom. Taeyang, today is our first cooking in this house. Can't you eat at least today? Taeyang, no, I don't like it, auntie. Suhan and mom is needed to eat sweet. He is eating other thing then. Mrs. Kim was going to say something, but you held her hand and signaled not to say anything. Shona noticed it and felt bad for you. Living room. After breakfast, men left the office. You, Mrs. Kim, and Suhan mom spent time together. You didn't felt alone. You felt really happy. Suhan mom kiddish behavior was making you smile. Sometime like this, you forgot morning instant and whole day passed. Time skips 8 to night. Taeyang signed Yu's room. It was 11 p.m. You was in your room waiting for Taeyang as he will come late. Mrs. Kim told you to have dinner and sleep, but you said you will wait for him. Everyone slept except you. You was writing your diary when you heard car sound. You came to balcony hurriedly and see him. You kept your diary inside drawer and then he entered inside. You looked at you once but then moved toward cupboard to take his clothes, keeping his bag on sofa. You was nervous but gathering some courage. You said, Taeyang, you must be hungry, right? I will arrange your dinner. You just get fresh up. Taeyang, no need to do that. I have already eaten and please don't wait for me. I don't like these things. Got it? You okay? You get sad. Here you was waiting for him and he was eaten already. Taeyang moved towards washroom when you stopped him. Taeyang, I wanted to keep my things in cupboard so you can look before you completed. Taeyang was inside washroom and closed the roll out. You get shuttered with this and your eyes get closed in fear. You open your eyes and it was filled with tears. You meant what happened to you, Taeyang, and why are you behaving so bad? What have you done? You didn't talk to me properly since the time we got married. What do you want? I can't understand you. You closed your eyes and tear fell. You were standing like that only till you hear the door opening sound. You instantly turned around when he came out of washroom and goes outside. Taeyang got confused, but he checked his thoughts and go to bed. You came back after some time and finding him sleeping on bed. You thought to go and sleep other side, but can't as Taeyang was sleeping in center, so you choose to sleep on sofa only. Time skips. Next morning, you woke up and see Taeyang sleeping. You sign and goes to washroom. Takes your clothes out. After getting ready, you went downstairs and did your daily chores. After some time, Taeyang also come downstairs. He behaved normally with everyone, but but didn't say a word to you, which hurt you, and then go to office. Taehyung signed room. You came in your room after spending some time with Mrs. Kim and Suhan mom, and then sees a cupboard was open and a small space was there to keep your belongings. You smiled a bit, took your bag to take out your clothes. Then only Mrs. Kim called you and you goes downstairs. Downstairs, you, yes mom, you call me. Mrs. Kim, yes daughter, can you please go to office and give lunch to them? Actually, it wasn't prepared that time, so, and me and Suhan mom had to go to meet one relative. You, why are you requesting mom? Of course, I will do it. Mrs. Kim, thank you. You are so sweet. You no need to thank me. Just bless me. That's enough. Mrs. Kim, my blessings are always with you. You smile. Mrs. Kim and Suhan mom go. After that, you pack lunch and left to Kim Industries with the driver. The office reception area. You come out the car and go inside. The receptionist look at you weirdly as you was in simple dress. You, excuse me, where is Taehyung's cabin? Receptionist, oh ma'am, who are you and Taehyung? We are only Kim Taehyung's cabin. You, okay, I want to meet him only. Receptionist, oh, do you have appointment? You don't know. Receptionist, then how you came to meet him? I just don't understand. Who allow you people inside? Then Mr. Kim sees you. Mr. Kim, are you daughter? You here? Receptionist, sir, you know her? Mr. Kim, yeah, she is my daughter-in-law. Receptionist, sweet, sorry ma'am. Mr. Kim, why, what happened? You, nothing dad. Oh, I brought lunch for you all. Mr. Kim, oh, thank you. Come, I will introduce my daughter-in-law to all. You, no dad, first you eat and I will give lunch to Suhan and Taehyung. Then you introduce me, okay? You have to take medicine also, so eat first. Mr. Kim, okay, I am in my cabin. Come with Taehyung when you will be leaving, okay? You not smiling. The receptionist tell you way to Taehyung's cabin and go away. Was going to his cabin when you met Suhan's dad. You, hello uncle Suhan dad. You here? You, yeah, I came to give you lunch. Your lunch is with dad. Suhan dad, okay, I will eat. Have you given to Taehyung? You, no. You, I am going to give him. You dad, oh, there is his cabin. You, okay, thank you uncle. You go and was about to knock, but Suhan dad who sees you and say, Suhan dad, you are not employee, you go inside, no need to knock. He said smilingly and go from there. You also smiled and opened the door without knocking, but your smile instantly washed what you saw. You went down.